Created in 2011, Nestlé Health Science is the first healthcare company advancing therapeutic role of nutrition. Intensive care is a very important strategic focus for us. Today at ESICM, we are presenting innovative solutions. Our solutions have been developed closely with doctors and nurses, and they're based on the cutting-edge science.
Our innovation approach is to focus on the metabolic needs of the critically ill patient rather than just on feeding the patient. To do that, we have created Peptamen Intense, a product that increases protein delivery while avoiding excessive caloric loads. We have done a number of clinical trials that demonstrate that the use of Peptamen Intense avoids excessive amounts of carbohydrates, preventing hyperglycemia while delivering adequate amounts of protein. Our product is now backed up by several clinical trials that demonstrate its benefits. In the United States, Peptamen Intense has already established a strong track record. It is being used in multiple hospitals, improving the metabolic care of the patients and facilitating clinical practices.
So Peptamen Intense is a strong addition to our specialised portfolio. For those patients with high caloric needs, we have Peptamen AF. That's also very good for patients with GI intolerance. The patients that struggle with diarrhea, we have NovaSource GI with a special soluble fibre. And patients with dysphagia, we have Thicken Up. Dysphagia is a frequent and common problem post-extubation, and this reduces the risk of aspiration in this population. This is a powerful and compelling portfolio for those patients in ICU requiring enteral nutrition.
The Nestlé and GE partnership is all about improving nutrition monitoring in the ICU. We are sitting on facts. We do not deliver enough proteins and calories to ICU patients. We are two big companies, Nestlé and GE, so we decided to put our technologies together to develop an easy 5-step process to improve nutrition monitoring in the ICU. The very first step is the assessment of patient energy needs. So to do that, we use GE indirect calorimetry system, which will give you the exact energy consumption from the patient. Based on this data, you can make the prescription, again using GE system and Nestlé feeds, which are integrated in their systems. You will then deliver the tube feed to the patient using our new connected pump. The pump is connected to their system and will show you what's given to the patient versus what's been prescribed. And because you have all this data, you can then optimize the nutrition in the ICU. You can monitor it with GE system and you can then act and change, for instance, the prescription, the rate, or the nutrition that is used.
What we have here is Compact Modem, which is a gastric residual handling accessory. It allows the handling of gastric residuals and the measurement of gastric residuals in a closed environment, which avoids the potential for contamination and infection which goes along normally with handling gastric residuals. A compact dual port, and this is a single lumen feeding tube which allows for gastric drainage and aspiration through this port, and feeding with the new enteral ENFit connector through this port. And it allows the drainage and feeding in a patient in the ICU through just one tube. Compact Stay Put is our dual lumen feeding tube. It's for feeding into the small bowel through the extended lumen of the inner lumen, placed by endoscopy usually. And we also have gastric residuals or gastric decompression capability through the outer tube, which reaches the stomach. For feeding into the jejunum, we use the ENFit port here, and for drainage, we use the funnel type connector here.